thing with depression, having gone through it for years, I was about to say most of my childhood, but it's hard to say when it really started. But you're always looking for someone else to hold that space for you so you don't have to hold it yourself. And I hear this, there's this concept of codependency that it's hard to know how many people are like this, because they might not even realize it about themselves. But I see it more in my parents' generations, where without a partner we feel worthless. And I've struggled with this for many years, and to come to terms with yourself without needing the love of someone else is probably the hardest thing we can do. To be able to accept ourselves and love ourselves unconditionally. And there's that word, unconditional. Because we're always putting something on ourselves. If I did this, I would like myself better. If I had this, I would like myself better. And this is different from enjoying your life. It's obvious to experience love with another person where they can reciprocate those feelings back to you is one of the most enjoyable things to experience. And in that sense, and I don't know whoever coined this, but how, love is a drug. And that's why, because it's so enjoyable. And then once we experience it, we just want more of it. But just like anything that's addictive, if we're not grounded in ourselves, if we're not coming from a place of abundance, where I think for me, I spent a lot of time, even today, it's in stages, being a loner or just spending a lot of time with yourself. Because the quality of your alone time, I think, would determine whether or not you're able to love yourself unconditionally and accept yourself. And I don't mean, like, acceptance doesn't mean you don't have to improve yourself. It just means you're okay with who you are and where you're going. that if you could sit with your eyes closed and remain calm without being agitated about something you're not doing. Because the things that you need to do, if you trust yourself enough, you'll get them done. There doesn't need to be constant effort to do things, to be able to be okay with ourselves. It's okay to do nothing, but then that doesn't mean to not do anything until you feel like doing it. A lot of the times we won't get anything done unless we do things we don't want to do, but and it's hard. It's hard to learn to enjoy your own company when you're not used to it. It's hard to not have the company of a romantic partner if you're so used to having one. But there are ways of going about being more comfortable with yourself so that you're not just freely giving away your energy in ways that won't be reciprocated. You see a lot of single guys and I'm guilty of this too, where we're just constantly thinking about not just sex, but just, our imagination. Girls might as well be guilty of this too. It's just a human desire to be with other people, not just, sexually and otherwise. It's like a instinct. It's an instinctual craving, and to deny that would be like to deny life. But at the same time, if we're not receiving what we desire, what does that tell us about ourselves? Are we going to point the blame at the world for our circumstances, or are we going to change something to get what we want? Once you know what you want, it makes things a good bit easier. That's when the work starts. A lot of times we don't know what we want. It took me a while to know what I wanted. To a certain extent, I still don't really know, but I know a lot more than I did before. And that's experience. That's what experience does. You learn what you want. You learn what you need. You just learn more about yourself, and hopefully trusting yourself goes along with that, because it's hard to love yourself unconditionally if you don't trust yourself. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's hard. And I think it's easy to get mixed up about what love really means. Like, it's that conditional. It's whether or not it's conditional is the big part. Love itself, I don't want to say it doesn't mean anything if it's conditional, but obviously it does. It's very controlling. You might as well not be your own person if you're putting conditions on. Because love is energy. It's like saying, like, oh, I'm not going to allow myself to have energy if I don't have this need met. That's not how it works. It's the opposite. You have to create, you have to, I'm trying to think of the right word, summon the energy, manifest the energy to create what you want. For the long, oh my God. So for so long, I don't know if this is just how we're raised, or I don't know what even got this into my head. For years, I was thinking the opposite. Like, oh, if I just had like a good relationship, if I had a partner, a woman that I loved, I would be able to do this, this, and this. I would then be able to focus on the things I knew I should be doing, but never felt like I had the energy to do. And this is such a trap. I literally just got myself out of it last year. And I still find myself in it, although I'm aware of it now. And I'm not saying I have all the answers to how to go about unconditionally loving ourselves. It's a process. It's a process of trust. It's a process of openness, being open to all emotions, negative and otherwise. We can't just push away those negative feelings. We can't ignore them. We have to integrate them. We have to point them out, name them, and understand where they come from. Why does anger come up? Why does depression come up? Sadness, loneliness. But like really answer them. Like something triggered it, but there's always something underlying that. I used to get really annoyed by my cats because they wouldn't let me sleep. And just it wasn't until I started yoga where I really kind of started paying attention. Like, why am I letting them make me so upset? There's something else there. In terms of relationships, like, why am I putting so much energy in trying to find someone to date when I'm going about it all wrong? What's the saying? If you repeat the same thing expecting different results, that's like the definition of insanity. Because it's so hard to think there's other ways of going going about doing things, because we get so used to the certainty of the path we're on, the certainty of failure and dissatisfaction, and then we start thinking that we don't deserve what we want. Life's a bitch like that, but it's really our subconscious well, no, I should say our consciousness is a bitch, because we're always convincing ourselves of lies, and subconsciously there's a lot going on. I won't get into I don't know, psychotherapy or whatnot, but not that I really could. Not a psychotherapist, but definitely some inner child work that I had to dive into. And the only way to really go about that is calming the nervous system. And when we're unable to sit with ourselves in calmness because we're codependent, we need to be in a relationship, or we need someone to feel good about ourselves. We need anything. It doesn't even need to be another person. We're operating from a space of lack when we need to be operating from abundance. And this isn't just something that happens overnight. It takes days and weeks and months, maybe even years. But the question you should be asking yourself, well, there's plenty of questions. One of the questions you should be asking yourself is, where are you operating from right now? If you sat with yourself, close your eyes, and just sit with yourself, what is nagging at you? What is pulling your heart away from yourself? It's easy to notice once you pay attention. That is the sign of addiction. You feel your heart being pulled towards something. You can't help yourself but want something. You need it to feel good about yourself, because you don't feel good without it. It's a trap. It's always a trap. There's no escaping the suffering. You can mitigate it. A lot of suffering is needless. That feeling in your heart, it's because you don't think you're worthy enough, that you need this other thing, and you attach to it, another person or whatever it is, and that becomes part of your identity. And without it, you are empty. And having spent a lot of time with that emptiness, I feel like I'm equipped to help other people deal with it. Not necessarily to tell them what to do, but to help them notice it and focus on what might fill their cup. Fill the void with abundance. Because it's all energy. Love is energy. love ourselves, then we're missing out. I'm still learning, it's a process, but the more we love ourselves, the less suffering there will be. And the more we love, more we love others, because we're all reflections of ourselves. I'll get into that another day. It's one thing to love ourselves unconditionally, but what are we talking about when we say ourselves? I'm already at 21 minutes. I'll talk about that another day. It's hard. If you want to, I'm open to talking with anybody. If you made it this far, day 5, I believe, of my new blog, some random guy from Philly talking on the internet. Signing out.